never actually heard of Gigi's Playhouse. And 3 years ago, I had not spent more than a few minutes in the presence of someone with Down syndrome. It's true. 3 years ago, I had no idea I was about to be pregnant with my daughter Margot, who would change all of that. I was about 12 weeks into my pregnancy when my husband Robert and I found out that Margot had Down syndrome. And I have to admit, the diagnosis stunned me like a slap across the face. And the sting was one of grief and of ignorance and of the unknown. And this realization of this alternate life I had never imagined for myself. And the days that followed were sad, and I was confused, and kept asking, why is this happening? But the good news is that time kept moving forward, as did my will to just learn everything I could about Down syndrome and about the resources available. And what I realized is that maybe this is a life I just didn't know I actually wanted. And so I made the decision that anytime I would start to get the thought, why me? I would train my brain to quickly change it to why not me? That one little word could change a person at their very core. But that's exactly what it did. Because why not me? If not us, then who? And so I started to adopt that perspective. And just weeks later, the why me thought stopped completely. Because I realized Down syndrome is not sad. This is not unbearable. Down syndrome is beautiful. Joy. When Margot was born, people kept saying, you need to check out Gigi's Playhouse. So I took her in for a speech music class called LMNOP. Oh my gosh. We met the most incredible babies around her age with equally incredible families. And I instantly realized we've been given the keys to the most sacred, pure homes that we'd ever be a part of. And I remember Robert, the first time he took Margot to Gigi's, he got back to the car and he texted me. And he said, my heart is so full right now. And I knew exactly what he meant because that's how I feel every single time I step into Gigi's Playhouse. It's at Gigi's where Margot signed more for the first time because she didn't want Miss Erica to stop singing. And it's at Gigi's where we bring our 7-year-old son, Teddy, along. And when he's there, he feels just as important and as much a priority as Margot. And he sees that people with Down syndrome deserve to be celebrated and loved and accepted, and so do their siblings. And it's at Gigi's when we can connect with other families who can relate to the therapy appointments and the challenges that our kids face. And just the other day, a dear Gigi's mom reached out to me in literal tears of joy because she saw a video of my daughter standing on her own for the first time. Gigi's has created. A community that cheers on our daughter's accomplishments and also supports us through those phases where it doesn't seem like a lot of progress is being made. And it feels so comforting to know that as Margot grows, so do her opportunities to get involved, because Gigi's has programs for all ages of life. And just hearing from the speakers tonight, Sam, he's like my hero. So confident, knows that he is loved and he has value and he's accepted, has this community. And I just kept thinking all tonight, like, doesn't every human deserve that? When Michelle asked me to speak tonight, I just thought about all the lives, thousands of lives, that have been touched by this Gigi's Playhouse. I thought of all the families, why me? But I quickly changed it to why not me? If not me, then who? So here I am, sharing my Gigi story. But I'm also here to remind you of why we're all in this room. Because while I believe you all love Gigi's as much as I do, our love alone is not going to pay for these programs and opportunities. We must have the funding to continue to change these lives. So, I have one last thing I'll say before we start the final give, the last give. I have shared what Gigi's means to me. Now it's your turn to show what Gigi's means to you. So when they ask tonight, how much are you willing to give? May you not say, why me? But instead, why not me? If not us, then who?